Good evening. Tonight we analyze a watershed moment in modern naval history, the sinking of the Iranian frigate Iris Dena by a United States submarine. It was a silent, lethal operation carried out in the dead of night, marking the first time a submarine has sunk an enemy warship since World War II. The strike occurred 44 nautical miles off the coast of Gale, Sri Lanka, deep within the nation's exclusive economic zone. 87 sailors have been confirmed killed. This isn't just a military loss, it's a massive humanitarian tragedy for the Iranian Navy. The weapon used was the Mark 48 heavyweight torpedo, known for its ability to snap a ship's keel with a single explosion. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth confirmed the operation, framing it as a decisive win for the revamped U.S. War Department. Hegseth's message was clear: Washington is no longer following what he calls stupid rules of engagement in its offensive against Tehran. But as the dust settles, legal experts and former officials are raising alarm bells about the legality of a strike on a ship in international waters. The Iris Dena was in international waters, returning from an Indian-led naval exercise when it was targeted by the silent American hunter. Sri Lankan authorities received the distress call at 5:08 a.m. Crew members reported a massive explosion and immediate power loss. Foreign Minister Vijitha Herath defended the rescue operation, citing Sri Lanka's commitment to the Search and Rescue Convention. Within 2 hours, 2 naval vessels were on site, but they found only an oil slick where the frigate had once sailed. Only 32 survivors were pulled from the water. For the other 148 crew members, the ocean became a tomb. Navy spokesperson Boudica Sampath confirmed the focus remains on finding any remaining survivors in the oil-covered waters. Why was this specific frigate targeted? Strategic analysts point to its role as a flagship for Iranian naval expansion in the Indian Ocean. The Iris Dena was Iran's most advanced frigate, equipped with surface-to-air missiles and sophisticated electronic warfare suites. Interestingly, Iranian officials claim the ship's defenses were disabled by electromagnetic pulse technology before the strike occurred. If true, this suggests a highly coordinated multi-domain attack, using both cyber and physical kinetic forces to ensure the ship's destruction. The fallout is spreading fast. This isn't just about the Indian Ocean, it's about the entire regional balance of power. In Turkey, NATO defenses were tested as an Iranian missile was intercepted while headed toward Turkish airspace and the Incirlik base. Turkish officials have condemned the attack, calling on all sides for immediate de-escalation as the risk of a wider NATO conflict looms. The Strait of Hormuz has been choked for 5 days, paralyzing global energy shipping and causing oil prices to enter a volatile spiral. The UN reports over 100,000 people have fled Tehran, as residents fear a full-scale bombardment of the Iranian capital. This urban exodus marks one of the fastest displacements in the region's history, as the threat of deeper strikes becomes a terrifying reality. Simultaneously, the Israeli military has stepped up strikes on Basij volunteer police buildings and internal security hubs within Iran. On the ground in Lebanon, Israeli forces are advancing into towns and villages as the conflict with Hezbollah reaches a boiling point. Pete Hegseth has been blunt about the new U.S. strategy, stating that the days of following stupid rules are over. We are fighting to win. But former Pentagon official Wes Bryant argues this is a dangerous precedent. He calls the attack a clear violation of international law. Bryant questions whether the warship posed any imminent threat. If not, the strike may be viewed as illegal military overreach by Washington. The Iris Dena was simply returning home from the Milan exercises hosted by India, where 74 countries had gathered for training. New Delhi now finds itself in a precarious position, as a participant in their peaceful exercise was destroyed just days after departing. Analysts believe the strike submarine likely originated from Diego Garcia, the powerful U.S. base located over 1,000 miles away. This distance highlights the reach of American underwater power, capable of striking anywhere in the Indian Ocean with total anonymity. Despite the loss, the IRGC has announced it will continue its missile and drone strikes on targets throughout the Middle East. We are witnessing a classic escalation spiral. Each strike invites a larger response, pushing the world closer to a total regional war. The economic fallout is just beginning. Markets are reacting to the total paralysis of Middle East energy exports with unprecedented volatility. If the Strait of Hormuz remains closed, the global economy could face a supply shock unlike anything seen since the 1970s. Beyond the politics, the human cost in Tehran and across the region is mounting. The UN warns of a burgeoning refugee crisis. The sinking of the Iris Dena has set in motion a chain of events that could redefine global security. Join us in Part 2 as we dive deeper into the legal controversies and the strategic response from Tehran.